breweries over the last decade or so. More of them have been popping up in the area. But while these businesses may be popular with customers, local brewers say they are concerned for the future. News 19's Shelley Garzone tells us why.
We're really seeing some seismic shifts when it comes to who you're going to see survive and come through this, and a lot of that is, unfortunately, we're going to have some legislation passed that's going to create an easier path, because right now it's just almost impossible to operate.
Brandon Evans is the head brewer at Savage Craft Ale Works in West Columbia. According to the Brewers Association, there are 134 breweries in South Carolina, based on numbers from the end of last year. And local brewers say that increase is also here in the Midlands.
What you're seeing now is places go into desirable locations. It's the same thing that was happening in Charlotte and Asheville 5, 10, 15 years ago. Most of those breweries went into giant warehouses, right? And now they're all building a second location and they're putting it somewhere where there's foot traffic.
While there is an expansion of breweries in the Midlands, Evans says distribution laws still make business difficult.
I just want to be able to sell it here in Columbia, where we could just walk or drive it to a neighbor, whatever it may be, those kinds of things. So those would benefit us just from, then it makes distribution plausible.
Currently in South Carolina, breweries are not allowed to sell beer directly to retailers. They must go through a distributor, and brewers say this decreases their profit.
When you go out to a restaurant and you pay $7 for a beer, the restaurant usually makes $3 or $4 off of that beer. The distributor makes $1 or $2, and we make about 50 cents. So we are usually the lowest man on the totem pole as far as actual revenue that we make through distribution.
Scott Taylor is the assistant director of the Wine and Beverage Institute at the University of South Carolina. He says there are more obstacles brewers face.
We've seen in the last year and a half or so increases for ingredients for brewers. Hops got more expensive, grain got more expensive. We had an aluminum can shortage coming out of 2020, 2021, and so there's been a lot of expenses added to the breweries themselves.
While brewers are worried for the future of their craft, they say consumers can help in a big way.
Going directly to a brewery is the best way to support that brewery so they don't close down, because buying our beer in a grocery store gives us a fraction of what it would be if you walked in the door and picked up a 4-pack on your way home.
Shelley Garzone, News 19, WLTX.